chase, and the thrill of being swept off our feet by someone who is rebellious and unpredictable. These portrayals can influence how we perceive relationships and what we expect from them. The idea that nice guys finish last becomes perpetuated because we see it reflected in popular culture, even though it's not always an accurate reflection of what women truly want in a partner. Over time, many women begin to realize that while bad boys might offer excitement, they don't provide the kind of emotional stability and growth that a lasting relationship requires. As a result, the nice guy might start to seem more appealing, even if he wasn't the first choice. This is where maturity and self-awareness come into play. As people grow older and experience different kinds of relationships, they often begin to understand what truly matters in a partner. It's not the temporary thrills or the superficial excitement, but the deeper qualities that contribute to a healthy, sustainable relationship. This doesn't mean that all women will automatically choose a nice guy in the end, nor does it mean that all bad boys are destined to be alone. Every person is different, and attraction is influenced by a variety of factors, both internal and external. But the idea that nice guys are doomed to finish last is overly simplistic and doesn't account for the complexities of human relationships. In fact, many nice guys don't finish last at all. They might not win the initial race, but they often win the long-term game. Relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and emotional connection tend to last longer and be more fulfilling than those that are built on temporary excitement or superficial attraction. And in the end, it's the qualities of a partner that contribute to a lasting relationship, not the initial thrill or the appearance of confidence. As we explore the truth behind women's choices and the nice guy versus bad boy debate, it's important to recognize that there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Every person's preferences are unique, and the qualities that attract one person may not attract another. What's most important is understanding that attraction is not just about being nice or bad, but about the deeper qualities that contribute to a fulfilling, lasting relationship. And ultimately, whether we're talking about a nice guy or a bad boy, it's the emotional connection, mutual respect, and shared values that make a relationship truly strong and meaningful. Why the nice guy often feels like he finishes last, it's important to consider the role of emotional fulfillment in relationships. What exactly do we seek when we're choosing a partner? While physical attraction and confidence are undeniably important, emotional connection plays an even larger role in forming long-lasting bonds. The difference between a nice guy and a bad boy often lies in how they approach emotional intimacy. A nice guy, by nature, is usually more open and willing to communicate his feelings. He takes the time to understand the emotional needs of his partner, and he works hard to create a safe and nurturing space for the relationship to grow. He is dependable, steady, and reliable, traits that, while not always the most exciting, form the foundation of trust and emotional security. In short, nice guys tend to understand that love isn't just about the highs and the thrills, it's about building something deeper that withstands the trials of life. On the other hand, bad boys often struggle with emotional vulnerability. Their confidence and charm might make them appear as though they have everything under control, but the reality is that many of them may avoid emotional depth or commitment. This isn't to say that all bad boys are incapable of having meaningful relationships, but often, the allure of the bad boy lies in their resistance to emotional investment. They can be unpredictable, sometimes aloof, and rarely open up in the way a nice guy does. The emotional push and pull of a relationship with a bad boy can create a sense of longing and desire, but it can also bring frustration and uncertainty. For some women, this emotional roller coaster can feel exhilarating in the short term, but it can be emotionally exhausting over time. The bad boy's emotional distance can create a feeling of imbalance in the relationship, leaving the partner uncertain about where they stand or whether their needs will be met. Over time, this lack of emotional fulfillment can lead to dissatisfaction and the realization that the excitement was never a substitute for true emotional connection. The nice guy, however, offers a different kind of emotional engagement. He is more likely to listen, to care, and to respond to the emotional cues of his partner. He brings a sense of calm and understanding that can make a woman feel seen and heard. This emotional connection doesn't just provide comfort, but it also fosters a sense of belonging and partnership. In the long run, it's this deeper emotional intimacy that creates the strongest, most resilient relationships. The nice guy understands the value of nurturing love, patience, and kindness, qualities that ultimately help a relationship evolve into something meaningful and lasting. But here's the catch: emotional fulfillment doesn't always come easily. While the nice guy may seem to have the right qualities, sometimes his approach can be misunderstood. Women, just like men, often have their own set of emotional complexities and insecurities. A woman might initially be attracted to the excitement and unpredictability of a bad boy, thinking that this is what she needs to feel alive or fulfilled. But as she matures, her desires may shift, and she begins to realize that what she truly craves is emotional stability and partnership. It's during this shift that the nice guy starts to stand out, not because he's perfect, but because he's steady, trustworthy, and emotionally available in a way that aligns with long-term growth and happiness. So why then does the idea that nice guys finish last persist? One of the reasons may lie in our culture's tendency to glamorize drama and conflict in romantic relationships. From movies to music videos, we often see love stories that revolve around tumultuous, intense relationships where passion burns hot but ultimately fades. These stories portray romance as something that's meant to be wild and unpredictable, rather than steady and nurturing. This cultural narrative can make the calm, collected approach of the nice guy seem less exciting by comparison. After all, who wants to watch a movie about a perfectly stable, emotionally fulfilling relationship?